Zero-knowledge proofs are everywhere, and even if you haven't heard of them, you've used them. Whenever you visit a website, say Amazon, the server has to prove to you that it's not an impersonator by proving that it knows a secret that corresponds to its identity. Your computer is convinced by this proof, and you don't learn any additional knowledge about the server's secret. And now you go back to your shopping in peace. Except, what's that? Now you want to know how this proof works? Let's do it! First, what does it mean that a prover, Pierre, proves to a verifier, Vera, that he knows a valid secret? There must be some verification procedure, F, that when given the valid secret, it outputs a 1 and otherwise a 0. Now you might ask, okay, sure, so Pierre just tells Vera his secret, she verifies it by computing F, and that would count as a proof? Yeah, you're right, but now Vera knows Pierre's secret, and that's not ideal. Let's instead do the proof while not revealing the secret, in other words, in zero knowledge. Imagine there is a way for Pierre to put his secrets into magic envelopes that hide the content but still allow Vera to compute on them. Pierre gives these envelopes to Vera, who then computes the verification function over the envelopes and opens only the function output envelope to check it's a 1, but never sees any secrets. But how is this magic possible? Well, in the digital world, Pierre can commit to a secret, put it in a digital envelope, so to speak, in a way that allows him and Vera to compute arbitrary functions on these envelopes. First, Vera chooses a random secret delta. Given a secret x1, Pierre chooses a random k1, and the resulting commitment is m1 equals k1 plus x1 times delta, which is delivered to Vera. Now let's see how we can do addition within these envelopes. In other words, if we can, from two commitments, get the commitment of the sum of the secrets they represent. This is actually pretty simple. If we just add the two commitments, we get a valid commitment to the sum of their two secrets. Multiplication of two commitments is a little more complex, but it does work in a similar manner. And because any function can be represented with only additions and multiplications, Vera can now compute any verification function all within envelopes. And now that you understand how zero-knowledge proofs work, you can finally go back to shopping.